We are in London, in Wood Street, with Peter Broome, who came here from Wales, because you are working at the National Museum of Wales, but you came here in solidarity with the cleaners who are protesting. What's the problem in the Museum of Wales? Because you also have strikes and claims. Which type?
We've been on strike, an indefinite strike for 6 weeks. We're still on strike now because the museum and the Welsh Government want to take 20% off our salaries. Yeah, and we said no, and we stood up and we've taken action, like my colleagues behind me, my comrades, the cleaners, and they've said enough is enough. We're bullied, you're not going to do it to us anymore, we're on strike.
You also mentioned the history of Wales during your speech, and you mentioned that Wales have a background of coal miners.
Yes, Wales was a country of coal mining. I worked for 20 years in the coal mine. My father, my brothers, my grandfather all worked in the coal mine, and for 1 year in 1984 against Margaret Thatcher, we went on strike for 1 year, 1 complete year, with no money, yeah? And we will do it again, because we have to stand against these bullies, stand up and fight.
And now, what remains of Welsh mines?
Nothing. The last mine in the whole of Britain closed Christmas time this year. I still work in a coal mine, but it's a museum now. So I spend every day of my working life 300 feet underground in a coal mine.
But coal is still in the underground. It could be still exploited, in theory.
There are at least 30 years of high quality coal left in Wales. But the only problem is, it's cheaper to import it, and the government wanted to crush the unions. I was a member of the National Museum, the National Union of Mine Workers, the strongest union in the world, and it was beaten by Margaret Thatcher. She wanted to destroy the unions and my country.
It's the time of the famous struggle of Arthur Scargill.
Yes, Arthur Scargill was the leader of the National Union of Mine Workers. He was based in Yorkshire, but he is still one of my heroes now today. Yeah.
Who exploited Wales for so many years?
It would have been the rich landowners who would live in London, basically, yeah, and buy the land cheap. Then they would mine the coal. The richest man in the world at one time was the Marquis of Bute, who was a Lord MP in the House of Parliament, unelected and voted. He was a lord, he had a seat, and he was the richest man in the world because he owned the rights to the coal in South Wales.
So as a Welsh man, you are feeling now solidarity with the developing countries and with the former colonies?
Yes, my country is a colony. It was used and abused by the government, like most colonies are. And we are working men. We went on a mine, we worked for 8 hours a day in a coal mine because we had to work on a living wage. And again, these people here, that's all they want to do is go and earn a living wage. Clean toilets for a decent wage. I dug coal for a decent wage. I'll always fight for the underdog and the bullied people.